Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Maytag dishwasher pump gasket. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new pump gasket. The pump gasket goes in between the pump housing and the body of the dishwasher. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if it's damaged and you're getting water leaking on the floor. In order to change the pump gasket, we have to pull the dishwasher out of the cabinet. First thing we're going to do is go underneath the cabinet and remove the supply lines. First thing we're going to do is remove your dishwasher drain line, follow it up to wherever it goes and remove the clamp. We're going to use a 5/16 on ours. Make sure that when you take these off, that you have some towels around. Both the water line and the drain line might put some water out. Next thing we have to do is remove the fill line. It's usually connected to the hot water tap, and of course we already had that shut off and the power disconnected from earlier. But now we need to remove the line, and we can take it off with a 5/8 inch wrench. Now that we have the supply lines disconnected, we can open up the dishwasher door and remove the lower rack. Once you have the rack out, you can set it aside. Now that we have the lower dish rack out, we can remove the screws that hold the dishwasher to the countertop. Once you have the screws out, we can pull the dishwasher out. We're going to carefully lift up on the door a little bit and pull the dishwasher out of the cabinet. Once you get it out far enough, you can close the door and then use the frame to pull it out the rest of the way. We're going to pull the dishwasher out far enough so we can lay it on its back. Once you have it out far enough, you want to throw a towel down on the floor behind it to protect the floor and catch any water that may come out. Once you have the towel down, we can carefully lay the dishwasher on its back. Now that we have the dishwasher on the back, we can use our 1/4 inch nut driver to remove the clamp that holds the drain line and the water line that goes up to the upper spray arm. Then we can use it to remove the 1/4 inch screw that holds the ground screw onto the motor. Once you have the clamp loose, you can pull the drain line off the pump. Be careful, there might be some water that comes out, so make sure your towel is down there. Once you have this one off, we can go do the one on the other side. Now that we have the grounding screw removed, we can take off the main wiring harness. There's locking tabs on each side that you have to squeeze so you can release and pull it off the motor. Now that we have the main connector off, we can take off the 2 wires to the thermostat. There's 2 wires. You can use a small needle nose to help take them off. There's the gray on the right and the brown on the left. Now that we have all the wires disconnected from the pump and motor assembly, we can take it out of the frame. At 9 o'clock, off to the left, there's a little release arm that we're going to have to pull out on and then turn it counterclockwise. Once you have the pump released, we can push it up to release it and make sure it's free. And then we're going to leave it here while we lift the dishwasher back up so we can lift it out from the inside. If you need somebody to help you, make sure you grab them. Once you have the dishwasher up, we can open up the door and we can reach in and pull the pump and motor assembly out of the dishwasher. Just want to reach in and grab underneath the spray arm, grab the filter, and then wiggle it loose and lift it out. Once you have it out, you can set it on top of the dishwasher. Now that we have the pump and motor out, we have access to the pump gasket. It should stay with the pump body, but by chance if it's stuck on the frame down there where we lifted the motor and pump assembly out, you'll have to reach in and grab it. And also while you're in there, You want to make sure you clean that lip up so that when we put the new pump gasket in, you don't have any problems with leaking. To get the pump gasket off the pump, all you have to do is pull it off. Just goes around the outer edge. Once you have it off, you can lift up the pump and pull the gasket out. And then you want to make sure you clean this area up right here all the way around it so that when you put the new gasket on, you get a good seal. Here's the old pump gasket next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at appliancepartspros.com. Now we can put the pump gasket onto the pump housing. We're going to lift up the pump and motor assembly and slide the pump gasket underneath. You want to make sure that the flat side is up, and then we can lift it up and run it around the lip on the pump housing. Once you have the pump gasket on, we can set the whole pump and motor assembly back into the dishwasher. Before you set the pump and motor down into the dishwasher, you want to make sure that this tab is facing towards the front so it lines up with the notch in the bottom of the dishwasher. Once you have it in place, you can go around and push everything down. And then we can close the door and go underneath and hook everything back up. Now that we have the door closed, we can slowly tilt the dishwasher back. You want to be careful not to drop it back too fast. You don't want the pump and motor assembly to fall out. Now that we have the dishwasher on the back, we can tighten down the lock ring. We're going to lift up and pull on the motor so that this comes all the way down and seats into the frame. May have shifted when you laid it on its back. Once you have it lined up, then we can lift up on this to lock it in place. Once you have it tight, we can reconnect the wiring harness. We're going to put on the thermal protector first. Remember, the brown wire was on the left and the gray was on the right. Just want to make sure you push them on all the way so you get a good connection. Once you have those in place, we can reconnect the main wiring harness. All you have to do is push it in so the locking tabs lock in. And then we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to put the grounding wire back on. Once you have the grounding wire on, we can reconnect the two water hoses. First, we're going to put on the water line that goes up to the upper spray arm. All you have to do is push it on all the way to the pump so it bottoms out. And then we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to tighten down the clamp. Now we can go to the other side and put the drain line on. The drain line goes on the same way. We're just going to push it on all the way till it bottoms out. And then we can tighten the clamp down with the 1/4-inch nut driver. Now that we have everything reconnected on the bottom, we can take the dishwasher and very carefully set it back up onto the feet so we can put it back into the cabinet. Once you have the dishwasher up, you can pull the towel out and set it aside. First thing we need to do is put the lines back through the cabinet. We want to push the dishwasher in about halfway and then go underneath the sink and pull on the hoses to make sure that they're not kinked or caught on anything underneath. We can push it back into the counter. We can hook back up the lines. So we're going to hook up the water line and use our 5/8" wrench to tighten it down. Then we can hook up the drain line back up to the air gap. All you have to do is push it on and tighten down the clamp using your 5/16" nut driver or screwdriver. Now that we have the lines connected underneath the sink, we can close the cabinet doors. Then we can open up the dishwasher door and use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in that hold the dishwasher to the cabinet. Now we can put the lower dish rack back in. All you have to do is set it onto the door and line it up. Once you have it in place, you can push it all the way back in. Then we can close the dishwasher door, plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.